All right, Cowboy Nation. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation, and this is the beginning of the off season for us. So there will be a lot of focus on the draft. There will be a lot of focus on the Dak Prescott drama because you got to put it in the drama category, right? At this point, that is what it's going to be all off season. The drama for your mama. That is what it is. Regardless of what we think about it, that's what the Joneses pretty much want. The drama, the news cycle, who can dominate the headlines. And I think that the Cowboys now can start entertaining us with the contract talk of Dak Prescott. It begins now. Shout out to SI.com for posting a wonderful article about it. And check out my dog, Mike Fisher, over there on SI.com, as well as Miss Jackie. I really appreciate you so much for sending me all of this wonderful and beautiful information. She's one of the mods, and she always holding it down for the best way of sending me great information about this team throughout the day. And I will tell you guys that this particular team, either we're going to be political, the politics of it, or we're going to be straight down the middle. What can you do for us, Dak Prescott? And Dak Prescott, hey, I think his representatives need to look at this thing and say, okay, hey, you saw how this season ended. You saw how everything started. Let's figure this thing out. Let's meet right down the line. Let's go ahead and get this contract out the way because of the fan base. We are at the mercy seat of the Joneses, right? And then on the other end of it, I think that the emotions, you know how that goes, Cowboy Nation, are always high and low as it relates to this situation because we go so far back and forward. I just want this deal to be done and over with, whatever it may be. But if this team allowed this to fester and get all the way to the draft time, and now we're going over the back and forwards with, hey, do you pick up a Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, or what have you, or do you go ahead and sign Dak Prescott? Look, we need to get this thing done. That's all I'm saying. Whether you team Dak Prescott or you team not, how about can we just be as fans team Dallas Cowboys? Now, I do know, without a shot of a doubt, I can't see into the future, but I can tell you this, Cowboy Nation, that this offense, at least at minimum, will still be the same for the next 3 years. Why, Law? Why? Because they signed Kellen Moore for an extension for 3 years. It could be for the next 4 or 5 years, or however that long that contract is. Somebody can post it in the community chat below of how long this contract will be, collectively speaking. So that will be the confines of this offense. Now, granted, Kellen Moore is an up-and-coming offensive coordinator. This was his second year, his third and fourth year. Maybe you can see some type of, consistency, and I guess you can say, well, this will be what it is. 3 or 4 years, you begin to know, okay, these are the tendencies, these are the trends. I don't think after that you get some new stuff to throw at you. And I'm not throwing any shade or any salt at him, but it's Kellen Moore. It will be growing pains too. I think the offense that he draws up on a little chalkboard or he put out there on the field, it's okay. I think that the only problem is right now is situational stuff and the counter stuff, doing one thing to set up for the other. But that comes with time, right? Everybody knows that comes with time. And time is one thing you can't cheat. You can't cheat time. That's the only thing. Time will always stand boldly, and it will be looking you and staring you right at your face and surprise, mother. Y'all know that drop, surprise, mother.
Surprise, mother.
That's time. Father time, like I say, father time is undefeated. Growing pains are undefeated. You got to go through them. There's not a person on this planet that never wet the bed, right? Not a person on this planet never went on himself. If you guys know what I'm saying. I hate to use that as an analogy, but that's the truth. But over a period of time, you realize, okay, this is what I need to do in this situation. And this is what I should not do in that situation. And as we develop and as we grow, we begin to be more independent and not depending on this and that. But when you have a philosophy and a system, it's supposed to be able to work regardless of the circumstances. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But in time, in due time, we will see a better Kellen Moore. We will see a better offense. But it's just that the Joneses decide to circumvent this thing and say, okay, we got our man. We want to groom our man. And we want to have what we have out here as our offensive coordinator. And that's just how it goes. And we are at the mercy seat of the Joneses. But I'm going to put this back up there. They can begin contract conversations now, negotiation for the nation, and get this thing going the best way in the right way possible. Now, we'll be heavy on the draft. We will be looking at this thing, okay, do we look at the offensive tackle? Do we look at the offensive lineman? Do we look at the tight end? Do we look at the wide receivers? Of course, I'm just only talking about the offense at this point. But defense is what we really need as it relates to playmakers, fit in the scheme. Because here's the problem. If we do decide to move on from Mike Nolan, which a lot of people are saying, yeah, Law, they should move on from Mike Nolan, meaning that you got to go ahead and pick up your defensive coordinator now. Don't wait till after the draft and get you a defensive coordinator. No, you want your defensive coordinator to be rooted and suited up and booted in and strapped in and all of that stuff so that when the draft time come around, that he can say, okay, this is my input on this guy, or this is my input on this philosophy and scheme, if you guys get what I'm saying. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm looking left, looking right. Let me know if I'm wrong.
He ain't lying.
You want that defensive coordinator to be walking around now, identifying and looking at players. You learn more about a person, what they're doing now on the off season or within the confines of the off season than within the season. Are they hard workers? Can they pick up a system? Do they got their playbook? Is football 5th on their list, 6th on their list, 10th on their list? Or is football number 1 on their list? Do they have some type of complex where it's family first, which is good? That's why you want players with morals, right? So you're looking at all of those things as a coach. They need to figure that out now. Is that person a leader? Right, on a free day, on a Saturday, are they picking up the phone saying, hey, we working out with Pookie and Ray Ray? Y'all ready to run some laps around the track? You guys get what I'm saying, right? Let's have a team meeting. Those type of things go a long way. I tell people all the time, the Super Bowl is not won in February. The Super Bowl is won during the off season. The Super Bowl is won during the off season. Ask everybody who won the Super Bowl. Those guys had a fire and desire and a passion to say, okay, we're going to get it done now. Whether it be communication, whether it be just working out, whether it be learning new things, whether it be, okay, looking back at what happened in the past, all of those things count. Speaking of that, Cowboy Nation, we going to have to figure this thing all the way out. We do. Because 2021, it's not going to get easier, right? It's going to be just as hard as it is right now. Let me see if I can pull this up. Here's our 2021 Cowboys home opponents. Of course, we played the Washington, the Eagles. That's natural, of course. The Giants. But we got Atlanta Falcons at home. They're going to want a revenge, right? We got the Carolina Panthers. Oh, that coach over there, he going to say, okay, Jerry, you didn't want to at least interview me? I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you my best. Oh, we got Christian McCaffrey on that day as well. We struggle against stopping the run. Christian McCaffrey probably looking at their schedule saying, I can't wait to play the Cowboys. We got the Arizona Cardinals again, but this time at our home, in our backfield. Or did we have the Cardinals already this year at our home? I forgot. Cardinals going to look at it like, yeah, I had one of my better games against those boys. Shout out to Larry Fitz. I think he's going to retire, what have you. Wonderful career, by the way. And then at home, at least we don't have to go to the Mile High Stadium. Stadium, as my dog Jerry Wayne would say. Boy, we playing against the Denver Broncos. And then we got the Raiders, the Dallas Cowboys 2.0. I wonder if Jeff Heath still will be there during that time, right? Some of the other guys that we have used to have on the Dallas Cowboys. You guys can list their name down below. But what's really the hard part of this situation is our way. We got to play in New Orleans. You already know. New Orleans is always a difficult and rough place to play at. Man, that area, man, it'll be shaking because there's so many Cowboys fans in that area, right? There's a lot of Saints fans that don't like the Cowboys in that area. Shout out to my mom. She's a diehard Saints fan, by the way. She'll be letting me know who that if we lose. But shout out to them. And shout out to my lady. You know, my mom is always there. Nevertheless, we play against Tom Brady, the Buccaneers, away if he's still there. What are you going to be, 55 at the time? Then we play Vikings. Oh, don't you think that they're going to want a revenge? Right? Play against the Vikings, and then we play against Kansas City Chiefs. We better have our secondary right. Oh, newsflash. We better be able to stop the run because they do it all. And then we play against the Chargers, who I believe that the defense is still going to be crazy good. So we got our hands full. And we can't just be sitting here saying, okay, all of a sudden, we're just going to be this juggernaut of a team because we say it. No. Preparation begins now. And I'm not talking about preparation H. You got a plan, Cowboys. Nobody will have sympathy and empathy and all of those things for you. One of the better movies that I watched many of years ago, the movie Ray Charles, when his mom found out that he was becoming blind. He kept running into the wall and falling off of the stairs and these sorts of things. He would cry like a little baby, and he was still little. And she said, get up. This world don't care about you. I'm paraphrasing. This world don't care about you. You got to make it. You got to figure things out. And those were the realities of life. I don't think that Ray Charles would have been Ray Charles if it wasn't for his mom telling him, get up. Nobody's going to feel pity and sorry for you. I told everybody at the beginning of the year, yes, we had a pandemic, but nobody really care about that. Nobody's going to look at the Dallas Cowboys and say, oh. As we as fans and as the Joneses administration, they may look at this and say, okay, let's give them a mulligan. Let's give them some sympathy and empathy and all of that stuff. They don't care about that. Cowboys fans, we don't care about that. It's all about those wins. Let me know of your thoughts. Let me know of your opinions. Post it down below. Let's figure this thing out. No more drama, Cowboys. Please, but I know that you can't spell Dallas Cowboys without the drama. It's somewhere in there. The drama is somewhere in there, right? And we will see how this team going to unfold. But at the end of the day, I'm still rooting for this team. I know you guys are too. We will be right back around saying, go Cowboys. 26 years and counting. Let's figure this thing out. Let's do the right thing. Sign these guys. Well, Dak Prescott. Or if not, then have a plan. That's all I'm saying. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Just be prepared. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Yeah. Peace.